Okay, so today we're going to actually just continue our work with lines. And in this lesson, you're just going to be looking at real life context problems or contextual problems and doing the same thing that you've been doing. So I'm going to go ahead and do the explore lesson with you just so you can kind of see how we would do that one. So if we have a table of values here where we have an input of 29, 18, -8, 14, -27, you need to know that those are your X values, whereas your Y's are 97, 64, -14, 52, -71. So the first thing we have to do is calculate the slope of a line going through those points. You get to choose any points you want. I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to choose these two actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the point 18, comma, 64. And I'm going to choose the point 14, comma, 52. Let's find the equation through those two lines. So we're going to, or I'm sorry, through those 2 points. There's going to be one line that goes through those 2 points. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my, if you remember, to find the slope, first of all, the ultimate goal is y equals mx plus b, right? That's how we find the equation of the line. How is it growing? And then where is the y-intercept? So I'm going to find my slope first. To find my slope, I'm going to find the difference in my y's first. Well, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to do 64 minus 52. That's the difference in my y's. So 64 minus 52. Again, that's the difference in my y's. And then that goes over the difference in my x's. Since I use this y, I have to use this x on the bottom. So I have 18 minus 14. Well, that gives me a difference on the top of 12 over a difference on the bottom of 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So the slope of this line is 3. So now that I know my slope, I'm going to start to build my line. I have y equals 3x plus b. The problem is I don't know what my y-intercept is. In all of these points, they don't give me my y-intercept. My y-intercept would be where x is equal to 0. But if you look here, there's no 0. There's no 0. So to get that b, I actually just plug in any point that I want. Well, for this one, I'm going to choose or plug in this point. You could also plug in one of the other points that you have here. You have 5 points. You can plug in any point you want, but I'm going to choose to plug in this one for x and y since it happens to be on this line. So if I do that, I have 52 is equal to 3 times 14 plus b. Okay. Well, 14 plus 14 is 28, plus 14 more would be 42, So what I really have is 52 equals 42 plus b. But I want to get b all alone, so I'm going to subtract that 42 minus that 42, and I end up getting that this b, or this y-intercept, is 10. That means that I have the equation y equals 3x plus 10. Okay, the questions on here are great questions because we're actually done with that one. We're done with that one, but it says here, what is the slope of the line? Well, we found that was 3. Does it matter which 2 points you use? The answer is no. If those are points on the line, then it should always be up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. So no, it does not matter which 2 points you use. Take any point and write the equation of the line. So that's what we did. We chose this point and we wrote the equation of the line. And then how can you verify that it's correct? So this last part is the part that I wanted to show you. You should be verifying all lines, especially on a project or a quiz. I go to Desmos.com and I go to the graphing calculator. And what I'll do is I'll actually put in y equals the 3x plus 10 that I just got. But I want to make sure some of these points are on the line. So I'm going to actually put in 18, comma 64. I'll put in that point right there. Obviously on here, I'm gonna have to zoom way out to see if it falls on the line, but look it does, it's way up there. I might even put another one on. Let's put the 1452. 1452. And look there. You can see both of these points fall on the line. That means that I definitely found the right line. Had I had the wrong y-intercept, so let's say instead I got 3x plus 8, when I had those 2 points, you'll see that they're not on the line any longer. So then I would have known, I did something wrong. So when the question on here asks, is there a way to check? There absolutely is. How can you verify that the equation is correct? You can go ahead and graph it. Another way to do it is to plug in one of the other points. I could make sure with another point. So let me choose, let's choose one that we haven't used yet. Let's try 2997. If this is true, then that should be the answer that we get here. So we should be able to plug it in and get that they're equal to each other. So we have 97 is equal to 3 times 29 and then plus 10. Well, if I did 3 times 30 instead, it would be 90, but I have to take away 3 of them, right? So it'd be 90, 89, 88, 87. That's like the mental math. So this 3 times 29 is 87, plus 10 is indeed 97. So I just checked it, it actually holds out. So those are the couple ways that you can double check your line. You can either graph it on Desmos, or you can check it with another point that's on the line to make sure that it's correct. Okay, so now go ahead and pop over to the assignment document and complete a couple more problems like that on lines.